Do. See, let's get this thing all sorted out. And it's not sorting out for me. Oh well. Fake it. See, it would look better down. How's my sound? Do. Right. Might as well crack on. There is only 3 games this Wednesday. Yep, only 3 games this Wednesday. Inter Miami against Nashville, Chicago Fire against New England Revolution, and New York Red Bulls against New York City FC. So that's some sort of derby, I think. I think it's I think it's a derby. Anyway, I can't be 100% sure. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me. If you are new to this, hit that follow button on Twitch. If there's a subscribe button, hit that too. I doubt that there is. But if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. Yes, we only do have the 3 games this Wednesday. They're not bad games. Like the Inter Miami and the Nashville game would be considered a good game. 2 teams are starting to pick up a bit. The Chicago Fire against the New England Revolution is not as good. It's probably going to be a game where New England are probably going to win this one quite easily. But saying that, anything can happen. This is MLS, and God knows what happens in MLS. This is probably a game where Chicago Fire could probably beat them. They're at home. They've won the last 2 games. Who knows at home? So if anybody thinks out of these 3 games, what your predictions are, hit them in the wee comments there, sure, and I'll have a wee go at them saying if you're correct or wrong, or if I agree with you or you're mad. One of the two, basically. So yep, so we have the 3 games. The first one is Inter Miami against Nashville Soccer Club. I got a bit of a sore throat. So Inter Miami lost their last home game, granted, but in the last 4 they won their 3 before that at home, which has been pretty impressive. They got beat by Portland 2-1 away from home, so that's not too bad. They are going to be at home in this one, so it is going to be an impressive one. Now they're starting to pick up where you would have suspected them to be. To be fair, they are 17th now in the league. They could possibly get into the things, the playoffs. But saying that, it's going to be pretty difficult for them. Nashville lost their last away game. That was against Toronto. Now, that was a bit of a surprise. I would have suspected them to at least get a good result, even though it was 2-1, but Toronto beat them. So, Toronto won. That was like Toronto's first game in a long time. So, yep. It's all crazy. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. So the first game it is Inter Miami, who are scoring quite a lot of goals lately. They're coming up against the Nashville team, who are not in particularly. So yep, it is going to be a good one. Let me know what you think. Inter Miami, do they have the capabilities of actually getting a good game against a Nashville team who are, let's say, very good defensively? We don't know. They are a very, very, very good team. So it will be an interesting watch. Let's see. Inter Miami. Let's see. They are very good. They're starting to get better. I'm surprised Phil Neville hasn't hit the heights of saying he's the best nine manager in the league. Be a while yet for to be anybody who's saying that. So against Nashville, I got a bad cough, bad throat. So Inter Miami, I think you should probably get a good result in this one. For a part of me, they're thinking it could be a draw, but I'm going to go for like a 2-1 win to Inter Miami, just for the fact that they are at home. Nashville have quite of a distance to travel to get to this game. I know it's not Seattle to Inter Miami, but basically it is still a wee bit of a distance to go. And Nashville played. Where did they play? Nashville. They played. Come on, Portland. No, they played in Toronto, and then they played Montreal before that. So now they're playing. This is their 3rd game in a row inside 10 days away from home. So it's probably going to take their toll on them. So yeah, I'm going to go for like a 2-1 win for Inter Miami against Nashville. Nashville aren't the greatest away from home. They're getting a lot of draws, but it's probably just going to be one that I think is going to be like a 2-1 win till Inter Miami. The next one is Chicago Fire at home against New England. Now, New England are doing quite well in the top of the league, but their away record isn't all that great. Granted, a lot of teams' away records are not that great. They've out of the last four, they've only lost one away from home. Where Chicago Fire, I think, won their last two. Where Chicago Fire. So yeah, Chicago Fire. This is Chicago Fire's first game at home in like its 6 or 7 games. So this is going to be an interesting one. They are coming up against the New England team, who are top for a reason. Um, so saying that Chicago Fire could possibly actually get a good result in this one. I can't really see them winning this one because New England are a better team. Chicago Fire first game at home in quite a while, but New England are a better team. So I'm going to go for like a 2-1 win to New England. I just think they have the better team basically. Chicago Fire are at home. These two teams are scoring a lot of goals in each game, so yeah, I'm gonna go for like a 2-1 win. The next one and the last one. So yeah, this one's it's been pretty quick, hasn't it? Next one is the Hudson River Derby. Basically because basically one's in New Jersey and the other one's homeless. So yeah, New York Red Bull. This is a tricky one now because I looked at a stat where New York City has played probably a lot of games and won a lot of games in New York Red Bull as their home stadium, whereas Red Bulls actually haven't won as many games at home in their stadium. I think let's see, I think it's half and half. So yeah, no, sorry, they won five, drew three, and lost three. Where New England, sorry, where New York City FC have probably won three away from home, drew three away from home, and then lost six. But then again, they're coming up against the New York Red Bulls team in a derby, and technically at home. So this one could be an interesting one. For part of me thinking it is a New York City win in this one. I don't think Red Bull are doing all that great at this present time. Whereabouts are they? They won their last game 4-0 again. That was against Inter Miami, but that was away from home. But they're coming up against the New York City FC team who beat Cincinnati 2-1, and that was away from home. Their last home game was against Dallas, but that was a draw 3-all. So kind of something happened there, but I think they have the capabilities of winning this game. I'm going to go for like a 3-1 win to New York City FC. Just for the fact is they are a better team. They are better than New York Red Bulls. Red Bull are at home, but they're conceding. They can concede a lot of goals, but they're not scoring all that many either. So, yep, they are my predictions. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's see what the crack is with everybody. How's everybody doing? How was their week? It's Wednesday, isn't it? It was Wednesday. I'm just back from Amsterdam. And no, that's not the reason why I have a sore throat. I really shouldn't have said all that. But anyway, um, so yeah, it's been a good week. MLS has been interesting. I think my last predictions were not all that great. I think I got a few correct, but I think I was miles off in the rest of them. Like, who would have saw Minnesota completely stuffing the hell out of LA Galaxy 3-0, which was a bit of an impressive one. As I said, Toronto beating Nashville. Toronto actually really didn't win many of the games. Atlanta beating DC United. Okay, that one's a bit of a trickier one. Portland beating LAFC. Montreal beating Chicago. Oh yeah, you would have suspected that. Real Salt Lake beating Seattle. Seattle being a very good team, but for some strange reason this season they're not doing all that great. San Jose Earthquakes beating Austin in Austin 4-3, which is pretty a good result for San Jose Earthquakes. And then New York City and all that kind of stuff beating Cincinnati and New England drawing against with Columbus Crew. So there were a lot of strange games in that one. Um, what was your strangest games? I think the Toronto game actually I would have suspected Nashville to do a better job, but those are the breaks, and that's usually what happens in these bloody things. MLS is very tricky to understand, to predict, and I'm doing a quite an all right job at it, I believe. But anyway, who knows? So yeah, if you are following this, hit that we follow button. It would mean a lot to me. I'm gonna try at least get past 10. Um, if you're new to hit that subscribe button on YouTube too, and all that kind of stuff. And I hope to see you on Friday, Thursday night, Friday, and all that kind of stuff with my predictions on YouTube and all that stuff. So I hope to see you then. Um, Other than that, if anybody else has anything to say before I head off, there's football on now in a minute. Nope. Perfect. I hope to see you then on the next one. I bid you adieu.